Simon & Schuster Australia presents The Diggers of Colditz, the classic Australian POW story about escape from the inescapable. Written by Jack Champ and Colin Burgess. Narrated by Stephen Shanahan. This book is dedicated to two Pats, Pat Champ and Pat Burgess. It is also dedicated to the indomitable spirit of mankind under adversity. Forward to the 1997 edition by P.R. Reid. I was delighted when Lieutenant Commander Mike Moran, duty stooge of the Colditz Association, told me that Jack Champ and Colin Burgess were planning to write a book about the diggers in Colditz. Since then, Colin Burgess and I have met on several occasions, and any doubts I may have had before getting to know him were very soon dispelled. To him, this book was clearly a labour of love. There were about 20 Australians in Colditz Castle, and without exception their personalities were intriguing. Sometimes larger than life, generally very individualistic, never dull. They were a group of bold and resourceful men. Their presence testified to the global nature of the conflict of the Second World War, as also to the intrinsic nobility and selfless courage of their participation in it. Their story is long overdue. Almost a year before Jack Champ arrived in Colditz, I went AWOL. I met him for the first time at our 1980 reunion at the Imperial War Museum. I am, of course, well informed about the escaping feats of the diggers who landed up in Oflag 4C and their part in the life of that camp. It is nowadays a recognised honour to have been in Colditz. It says something for the resilient spirit of man that those Allied prisoners, the inveterate escapers who were sent to Colditz, mostly survived the ordeal. For such men, much more than for others, the hours were days and the weeks were years. They were men of action by nature, and they lived a long time the torture of forced inactivity. They were prisoners expiating no other crime than the unselfish service of their country. The desire to escape was paramount among the men of Colditz. They were of all nationalities fighting on the Allied side: Englishmen, Scotsmen and Irishmen from Britain and every corner of the Commonwealth, Canada, Australia, New Zealand and Africa. This book tells the story of the Colditz Australians. Eminently readable, it will
Sample complete. Ready to continue?